is weakness masquerading as strength. I mean, in every election, Democrats are winning. He's the most flawed candidate in my lifetime. Criminalizing young kids that were.
Gavin Newsom had an interesting interview with MSNBC where he not only attacks Donald Trump, but addresses all the key issues coming in 2024. But let's start with him first, correctly pointing out that Democrats have been sweeping elections recently.
We've outperformed in every single election. Outperformed by significant margins in every election, 2018, 20, 22, 23. And not just at the national stage. When you look at some of these mayor's races in Jacksonville or Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
I mean, in every election, Democrats are winning. It's one of the great winning streaks in modern American politics, particularly for an incumbent president.
Since Donald Trump came to be the face of the Republican Party, they have lost every single election, 18, 20, 22, 23, and come to be 24 on every single issue. Abortion, guns, weed, you name it, from the local to the federal level, they have lost. It always makes me laugh when the weenies in my comments have to be like, Trump derangement syndrome. Like, no, we love that you guys have Trump. You can't win a single thing with him, and history shows that. We just have to point out his flaws, and we want him to be held accountable for his actions. They switch over to abortion, however, where Gavin Newsom points out some rather interesting statistics.
The latest stat, 64,000 women and girls got pregnant from rape in states where there are abortion bans.
And Texas was the worst.
You're the governor of a large state. I mean, do you think these Republican governors who oversaw these bans either didn't care or didn't understand what they were doing?
I don't think they care.
I mean,
really
that's Republican women who get pregnant.
It's disgraceful. It's sick. Here's the problem with the Republican Party. They always get in trouble when they actually get what they want. I mean, these 6-week bans before you even know you're pregnant, before you can even get a doctor's appointment, criminalizing young kids that were raped for trying to travel so that they can have a life and the freedom to decide for themselves, versus guys like Tim Scott and Lindsey Graham that we have to go through and ask permission. It's a serious moment. And they're coming after contraception as well. That's how extreme they are.
The right always wanted to say, oh, this should be a state's issue. Well, now that it's a state's issue, they're leveraging that to punish victims. We talked the other day about the South Carolina legislation proposed by Republicans that would punish abortion by death with no exceptions for rape or incest. The trauma of sexual assault should end at the assault. And dealing with that after is hard enough without having permanent body changes or a baby to be a constant reminder of that. And that's a situation that neither a mother or a baby should be in. And don't think that this only applies to adults, by the way. There is multiple cases of child sex victims being forced to carry to term their rapist baby by these pro-life nutjobs.
He is weakness masquerading as strength, Donald Trump in general. In a primary, I've said it, he's a T-Rex. He'll devour you or you mate with him. Can't be beaten in a primary. But in a general election, I think he's the most flawed candidate in my lifetime. He is damaged goods. He is not as entertaining as he once was. He's more unhinged than he ever was, more extreme, obviously more dangerous across the spectrum of issues. And if his entire campaign is around campaign stops to the courtroom, in a general, I don't think that dog will hunt this year. I think he's much weaker than he was in 2020 and 2016. He's a force to be reckoned with. I have never counted this guy out. To me, this was a fait accompli that he was going to be the nominee. Day one, been saying that. That being said, he is a very vulnerable candidate.
I say this a lot, and I will say this again. Less of the country voted for Donald Trump than Hillary Clinton. Take that in. A gremlin, a literal gremlin, was more popular than Donald Trump. He got blown out by 7 million votes in 2020. He lost so bad that he had to make up lies about it being stolen. His ego was far too big to admit he got blown out. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video, because the only way we become a society is together.